The diner was buzzing with late-night chatter, the kind of hum that wrapped around you like a blanket on a cold evening. Greasy burgers sizzled on the grill, coffee mugs clinked against saucers, and the neon sign outside flickered in uneven pulses. But beneath the comfort of that familiar scene, something cruel was happening in the corner booth. Emily sat alone at the table near the window, her wheelchair tucked close against the formica edge. She was only 17, but life had already tested her more than most people faced in a lifetime. Born with cerebral palsy, she lived each day with courage most people couldn't imagine, learning to move at her own pace, to speak carefully, to smile even when the world seemed determined to look away. That night, though, the world wasn't looking away. It was staring, laughing, mocking. A group of young men at a nearby booth had locked their attention on her. Loud, brash, and arrogant, they thought themselves kings of the small-town diner. They whispered cruel jokes just loud enough for her to hear, then burst into exaggerated laughter. "Look at her trying to hold that fork," one sneered. Another added, "Hey, maybe she needs training wheels for her coffee cup." The laughter that followed wasn't just noise, it was daggers. Each sound sliced into Emily's heart. She stared down at her plate, hands trembling, forcing back tears that threatened to fall. She'd dealt with stares before. She'd endured whispers in classrooms and pitying looks in supermarkets. But the direct cruelty, the open mocking, it was different. It was unbearable. Still, she stayed quiet. She always stayed quiet. The waitress, Sarah, a kind woman in her 40s, noticed the situation. She gave the boys a sharp glare and set a comforting hand on Emily's shoulder. "Don't you listen to them, sweetheart. You just enjoy your meal." But Emily's appetite was gone. Her spirit was sinking, piece by piece, with every cruel word. What no one knew, what not even Emily herself knew, was that life had a strange way of evening the scales. And that night, fate was about to roll in on the roar of engines. The laughter of the bullies grew louder. They were showing off, puffing their chests in front of other diners, as though cruelty was a badge of honor. Parents whispered to their kids not to stare, truckers shifted uncomfortably in their seats, but no one stood up. And then the sound came. At first it was distant, like thunder rolling low over the horizon. A deep, growling rumble that grew louder, closer, heavier. The kind of sound that made the glass on the diner windows rattle. Heads turned. Conversations stopped. Even the bullies paused mid-laugh, unsure. Then they arrived. One after another, motorcycles pulled into the gravel lot outside the diner. Chrome gleamed beneath the harsh glow of the neon sign. Black leather jackets reflected the faint light of the moon. The sound of engines reverberated in everyone's chest like a battle drum. The Hell's Angels. A dozen of them, maybe more, dismounted in unison. Towering figures with beards, tattoos, and a presence that could silence a storm. They weren't just men on bikes, they were legends of the road, feared and respected in equal measure. Inside, the diner went dead quiet. Every eye turned to the door as it swung open. The angels stepped in, boots heavy on the tile floor, eyes scanning the room with a sharpness that left no corner unseen. The bullies tried to laugh it off. "Great, circus is in town," one muttered, forcing bravado he didn't feel. But the angels weren't looking at them. Not yet. Their leader, a massive man with a gray beard and piercing eyes, spotted Emily immediately. She was trying to make herself small, trying not to be noticed, but her struggle was written in her shaking hands and watery eyes. He walked straight to her. "Hey there, darlin'," he said gently, his deep voice softer than anyone expected. "Mind if we sit with you?" Emily blinked, startled. She nodded hesitantly. The leader pulled out the chair beside her, his leather jacket creaking, and sat down like he was settling in at his sister's table. The other angels spread out, filling booths and stools, their presence overwhelming the room. Then he looked over his shoulder, straight at the bullies. "You boys got something funny to share with the class?" His voice wasn't raised, but it carried like thunder. The bullies froze. Their smirks faltered. "And no, sir," one stammered. "That's so?" The angel leaned back, folding his arms. "'Cause from where I was standin', seemed like you were gettin' a real kick out of mockin' this young lady here." He gestured to Emily. "And let me tell you something, you don't disrespect a lady. Not in front of me. Not ever." The diner stayed silent. Even the cook in the back peeked out to watch. Emily's heart pounded. For the first time in her life, someone was standing up for her, not a teacher, not her parents, not out of pity, but out of respect. Out of sheer, unshakable principle. The leader rose to his full height, towering over the boys. "Now, you've got two choices. You can apologize like men, or you can find out what happens when you keep acting like children in front of angels." The bullies swallowed hard. Their bravado crumbled. They muttered apologies, stumbling over their words, unable to look Emily in the eye. But the angel wasn't done. He crouched beside Emily, lowering his voice so only she could hear. "Don't let Em take your shine, sweetheart. You hold your head high. You're stronger than they'll ever be." Tears slipped down Emily's cheeks, not of sadness this time, but of something new. Gratitude. Hope. The angels stayed. They ordered food, laughed with the waitress, and treated Emily like family. For the first time in a long time, she felt like she belonged. The mocking voices that had haunted her moments ago were silenced, replaced by the deep rumble of brotherhood, respect, and unexpected kindness. And when the angels finally left, the sound of their engines roaring into the night, they left behind more than silence. They left a message etched into every soul in that diner: strength isn't about cruelty. Real strength is standing up for the vulnerable, protecting those who can't always protect themselves. Emily never forgot that night. And neither did the bullies.